Hello, hello, hello. It's Karen Cross here to take you on a tour of Google Classroom. Here we are at the home screen, and this is very, very new. So I've updated this video to show you what is new in Google Classroom and what your new home screen is going to look like. So they've set up a couple of these tabs here. One is Due Soon, and the other is Your Class Learning Tools. If you click your View to Do button here, it will show you everything that you have to do. These are old assignments from my son's old classes. If you have anything due for this week, it would show up right here in any of the classes that you have. If your tutor, your teacher, whoever has assigned you anything, it would all show up in the To Do page. Now, over here to the left, you can also click on your To Do. So you'll be able to see everything that's coming up. You can see the assigned. You come up here to these tabs. You can see what's missing. And then you can see what you have done. And you'll be able to go through all of those very easily. You'll also see all the classes that you're currently enrolled in over here on the left-hand side. Or you can go back up here to your home screen. Your class learning tools are AI type activities that your teacher may have assigned. If they have access to that in Google Classroom, you're more than likely not going to see that, but in case you do, that's what that is there for. Over here to the left, you can also click on the calendar. And when you do that, the dates will obviously pop up. And if you have anything due, that will also be there. If your teacher has put in any Zoom links or anything like that, like the meeting days and times and things like that, you will see that in here as well. So I'm going to go back to the home screen, and I'm going to take you into one of these older classes that my son had a while ago, but it has some, activities and assignments in there that we're going to take a look at. So when you go in there, you're automatically taken to the stream. Now, I don't put anything on my stream because I'm finding that people aren't getting the notifications when I'm putting things up on the stream. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you're going into Google Classroom is to make sure your notifications are turned on, and I can show you how to do that in a second. But what I want to show you is when you click on the classwork tab, you will be able to see how your tutor has set everything up. So up here, I just put some links that my students might need. Then I have my class messages. And then each one of these topics, these are topics, I have whatever assignments they need to have done. So whatever lesson it is, they might have a writing assignment or any other assignments, maybe a vocabulary quiz or something like that. I don't do Nearpod anymore. Unfortunately, it got too costly. But anyway, you would see other any assignments that are there, and then you'll see a due date. Now, the difference between the dark gray and the light gray is that the light gray he has turned in, the dark gray he has not. We're back on the home screen, and we're going to take a look at some settings. So I'm going to go down here to where it says settings. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to show you how to set everything up so that you can receive notifications straight to your inbox. When I go to settings, I can change my profile picture if I would like to. But if you notice down here where it says notifications, I want to allow email notifications. I want to have that toggled on, okay? So that I'm receiving notifications when my tutor posts something. And then from there, I can pick what notifications I want to receive. Do I want to receive when people comment on my posts? Do I want to receive messages that when somebody mentions me? Maybe when my teacher gives me back comments about my work, I want to receive a notification about that. And then you can see as you go on. Obviously, you can toggle these on and off as you want. All right, let's take you to a sample classroom and show you how to turn in some assignments. So once you click on it, obviously it's going to immediately take you to your stream. But you want to get over to this classwork tab where you'll see all the information that I showed you from before, and you'll click on the assignment that's due. Once you do that, it'll open up a little bit of space here. You might see the information that your tutor typed as far as like what the directions are for that particular lesson. You can also click view instructions and you'll see all of that there. You'll also see how many points it might be worth. Maybe it's not worth any points. Maybe your tutor just wants to see what you're doing to make sure you are on track. You can also add class comments here and private comments to your tutor. To add something that you need to turn in, you might need to turn in a Google document. You might need to turn in a picture. You might need to turn in a drawing or a rough draft or some sort of project you've been working on. You're just going to go here to add or create. You'll be able to add any document from your Google Drive that you might have been working on. Maybe you have a Google link to some like a Google slide or Google Doc or anything like that that you might need to turn into your tutor. You can also turn in files that you have on your computer. If your tutor is okay with a Word document, you've typed something up, you can go ahead and do that here. For me, I recommend, actually I require my students to use Google Docs. So that's always going to be the one that you would turn in for me. But each tutor is different, okay? So you can either use these options up here or you can go directly down here and create something new from Google Classroom. So maybe you don't already have something that's already prepared, but you want to start working on it. This is where you will go. So I'll show you how that works. When I click on Google Docs, it's going to say that it's creating. And as it creates that, there we go. We can go to Benjamin Cross's composition, and then you can just start typing right there, and it's all done, and it will never, ever be lost. Once you're in your document, you're going to want to set this up using a modified MLA style. So to do that, you want to make sure that your last name and page number is up here in the header, and you're just going to double click in the header. Then this little thing will pop up saying you're in the header, and you want to make sure that your alignment is right aligned. You have your left alignment, your center alignment, and your right alignment. When I click that, notice my cursor goes all the way over here to the right. I'm not hitting enter or spaces or tabs or anything like that. You're going to type your last name in here, and then you're going to go up here to insert, and you're going to go all the way down to page numbers and make sure you're choosing the page numbers that are in the upper right hand corner of the paper. And when I do that, notice that number 1 just inserted right in there. You're going to want to do that because when you are typing a longer composition, that number will change automatically when you get to page 2. You won't have to go up into the header and change it every time. To get out of the header, you just go down here and click on the body of your composition. The next thing you want to make sure that you're doing is double spacing. So you're going to go up here to this function here where it has the arrows up and down and it says line and paragraph spacing. When you click on that, you're clicking double, and that's it. Do not click on add space before or after paragraph or any of these other things here. You're just going to click double. You're going to type your name, your first and last name. When you hit enter, notice it double spaces it for you. You don't have to hit enter twice. You're going to put the date. So I don't know, what is it today? I'm going to type my date like this. So you're going to put the number of the month first, then the month name, and then the year. No commas. You're going to hit enter, and you're going to go up here to your alignment again, and you're going to go center and type your title. You're going to hit enter one time again and then go back over here to left align. You don't want to hit enter 2, 3, 4 times, and you don't want to make your title big. You don't want to bold it, nothing like that. You're going to keep it the same as everything else. When you start typing your first paragraph, you want to make sure you're indenting. To do that, you're just going to hit the tab key and watch what happens with the cursor. Boom, it indents for you. No spaces. Start typing your paragraph here. When you use a dress up, you're going to underline it. So let's say I want to say start diligently typing your paragraph here. This is my ly adverb. I'm going to double click on that word and it'll just automatically highlight it. Go up here to underline, and when you click that, it underlines the word for you. Let's say and that goes with any other dress up that you have. Let's say paragraph is a vocabulary word. I'm going to go after that word and I'm going to hit the space bar, and then I'm going to put my parentheses and VOC and then parentheses again. It's going to give you a red line because it's not a word. But remember, you want to put that label after the vocabulary word, not at the end of the sentence, not at the beginning of a sentence. That's how I grade this, and I will be able to tell. Don't put VOC in big letters. Don't cap it or anything like that. Just VOC in parentheses will do. And then that's it. You just keep on typing. You don't have to hit enter at the end. Keep typing. You do not have to hit enter at the end of the line because it will continue for you. And that's it. You just keep on going and then you can turn it in. After you turn in your assignments, you're going to wait for feedback from me. Now, I will leave comments here for you. I will leave comments in your Google document. I will also leave comments sometimes in these images that you turn in. And in order to see those, there's a little process that you have to go through. So you'll click on it and you'll notice that there aren't any comments there. So you'll kind of wonder where they are. This might be a little hard to see, but in the top right-hand corner, there are 3 dots there and it says more actions. You're going to see something called details and open in new tab. That's the one you want. You want to open in new tab. And when you do that, you'll be able to see any comments that I've left you. So in order to see the specific spot that I'm commenting on, you'll click on that comment and then you'll see it's nice and highlighted for you in the document. So you'll know exactly where I'm commenting on. And so I just said, nice topic here, great use of your symbols. It's nice and simple and quick, which is something that we're going for when we're doing our outlines for IEW. Then you're going to want to go back to the other tab to get yourself back to your Google Classroom, and you'll be able to see any other feedback that I've given you.